Greetings! This is Vane and welcome back to Let's Play the Elder Scrolls Arena. Okay. So, what were we doing? Mines... I think it was the Mines of Curas. Let's just check. Yeah, High Rock, Camelon, Mines of Curas. Okay, we got to go there. If I recall correctly, there was something about lava. Lots and lots and lots of lava. So let's see how we're doing. Got 12 potions of resist fire. That's probably not going to be enough for what we need. Do I know where the Mages Guild is? Not here, I don't think. So we're going to prepare for that then. We're going to... Because well, we're going to be chugging that stuff like it's Gatorade. Well, not that we have Gatorade in this country, but never mind. Okay, where is the Mages Guild? Give us an idea, players. You've got east, thank you, because we are not going to be able to see much in this fog. So, yeah, at the time of recording, it is halfway through March. Basically, the policy stuff done. My policy stuff has all been finished. I've done the meetings. I got all that written up. Did say there might be some disruptions, but luckily, I can say that I had enough of a buffer and enough time recording that. Okay, so we've just gone round in a big circle there. Yeah, I've managed to do it with absolutely no disruptions at all. Although it has come close a couple of times. I believe I've got like 1 day left on this series, so this would probably be the closest where we might actually have a bit of conversation. So, not that I like conversation, I kind of prefer talking and writing. Yeah, well, I prefer writing better over talking a lot. Otherwise I tend to kind of ramble, as you may have noticed. So yeah, policy's gone good. Just want to refill my buffers and get everything kind of back into kilter, I think. Do we have you? Have a look in here. I don't think we have, but let's have a look in here while we're up. That way, useless, but never mind. No, but we do now. Okay. So what else has been happening? Yeah. Oh, that's nice, thank you. Show us on the map where we got to go. Oh, it's right over there. Not that I could see it. Thank you. Down the fog. Oh yeah, is it here? Apparently it's in here. Okay. See what magic items you got. Ebony belts. Okay. Ebony belt and adamantium torque. How are we doing? What we got? Yeah, we've got an ebony belt. Mithril. We can go up to. I can get an adamantium because that's free, so we can increase that. Okay. So I think I'll take that. By adamantium torque. That's better. Tasty. Not a lot of options here, but yeah, it's okay. Should now be ready. Okay, so yeah. If you're there, we'll go the other side. There's bound to be one on the other side, right? Bound to be a store as well then, if that's a store. The Essential Gear Store. Dwarven Tower Shield. Dwarven Helm. Silver Greaves. Buckler of Regeneration. There's not really anything there, is there? I'll check weapons on the off chance, but yeah, no. Okay. Done all our shopping, so Yeah, this sentence hasn't really got... okay, so... midway through March, we've done me policy stuff. That was actually quite a lot of work. The events were okay. A lot of paperwork for the week, but I did get it all done, so I'm kind of proud of that. Like I said, there no disruptions. So I've got rebuild buffers. I mean, I think I've got one more episode of this scheduled. So that's like at the time of recording. So it's like the last one's tomorrow, and then we're done. I managed to get a couple of actions in. Sulfuric air of the mines of Curus hits you like a wall of heat, bringing tears to your eyes. Through the shimmering air, you can see numerous lava flows and pits lie scattered about the ground, treacherous and deadly. Okay. The body you surmise is that of an unlucky adventurer. The flesh seems torn and perhaps chewed, scrawled on the blood on the floor, the letters SW. Okay. We're gonna ignore that. Scorched into the wall here is a strange message. The sook of the staff is might, and the wicked shall... Stops as if interrupted. Okay. So yeah, done a few actions. Got a meeting at the end of the month. We did International Women's Day, but I think I've spoken about that a bit more already. Gonna have to be careful because I don't know how long these potions last. And I know if I jump into a pool without checking whether I'm resistant to fire, bad things are gonna happen. Okay. See, as you can see, I'm no longer resistant to fire and all my health is draining, so... See how quickly that is, that's just like, boom. Because unfortunately there's no indicator of how long these things last. And yeah, perhaps I should have got out a lava early bit before that, but never mind. Yay, marker healing is broken already. This is going to be fun. Oh, they're pushing the heel through, so we'll have that. There we go. Let's clear that out of the way. I want to have a nose. I thought so. That seemed exactly like the sort of place where we'd have some treasure here. So, yeah. What else is new? Well, might have mentioned before about being autistic. Well, my autism assessment came back. So, yeah. So that was a bit of a surprise. So that was an interesting little area, wasn't it? Yeah. Came back, yeah. Confirmed what I already knew, which was that I'm autistic. But what was interesting was more the extent of how autistic I am. It's quite. I am high functioning autistic, which is basically a polite way of saying that that my autism hasn't affected my intelligence. Not that you'd tell from some of these games and the way I play them. But yeah, I think it's quite interesting because it kind of surprised me at the feedback that I got regarding my autism, because I thought the assessment went pretty well. As in, that I thought I had a fairly good read on what was going on in the assessment and how it turned out, and I wasn't sure I was going to actually get that. I wasn't sure, but apparently my complete read of the situation was quite off. So off, in fact, that yeah, easily kind of confirms that I am in fact autistic. So yeah, yet another tism on the interwebs. Yay. Basically, it's helped. I mean, it's kind of help me understand the causes behind my dyslexia, really, which kind of sort of appeared out of nowhere. Well, I say appeared out of nowhere, that's not strictly the word. More... didn't really have much justification for... I mean, given my... yeah, basically why it wasn't caught earlier is probably the best way to put it. And it sort of explains that and a few other things. All rats, lots of rats. But yeah, in realistic terms, all it means is that my processing can be a bit off. So I'm not very good at doing things at the multitasking, as you may tell if you've watching these videos. Trying to think and process information is a bit difficult, so I tend to ramble a lot, which is why I prefer writing. I'm not good at turn taking, and I often miss cues and stuff like that. So I find socialising quite hard. And of course the natural one is I can come across as a bit rude. Is the best way to put it. Basically, when I struggle to know with boundaries and stuff like that, which causes me anxiety. So yeah, I can be seen quite rude. I can be intensely overwhelming. That is the one I get moaned at a lot for. Scratching the wall, here is a short message. Where the Emperor's minions await me. A strange message to find within these depths. Okay. Yeah, so. And luckily enough, I mean, I'm fairly sociable. Have a clear sense of right and wrong. As you may kind of gathered, like with my strong social justice kind of views. Apparently, it can be a bit hard. Apparently, it can be a bit hard for me to tolerate opposing views. Not quite sure about how applicable that one is. Yeah, I thought it was. Just that was more I wanted to check. It was either this one or the next one. But yeah, like I said, I'm not sure about that one though. I think it's more, but then I mean, I can sort of. I think it's more not the willingness to accept them, but my inclination to argue. Because I mean, it's not just a case of I'm right, you're wrong sort of thing. It's these are my views, and these are because, and I've come to these views because of such and such, and I can put forward that such amount of information. May not have sources for statistics, but I mean, I talked about it. I talk about them enough that they're fairly solid and robust, which means it takes a lot for people to change my mind on certain things, especially about my principles. But then that's not necessarily a bad thing. It just means that you need to be aware that if you're gonna try and if you want to try and talk to me about the wonders of capitalism, then I'm gonna be asking you to show them. I'm not just gonna take your word for it. I wouldn't want to take someone's word for it. And the thing is, it may seem sometimes that actually, you know what, for the stuff I believe in, I'll take people's word for it. But that's not true either. It's like I've already done the information that's to reinforce and make those decisions as part of my personality. And yeah, I mean, I do have a clear sense of what's right and what's wrong. A very strong sense of justice, that sort of thing, which is common. So that means I'm not necessarily going to be tolerant. Oh, I did not see that. Might have to go back there. Yeah, I think we'll go back there. Shouldn't be too bad. Cleared most of this. Haven't gone through. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, generally, there is a right, there is a wrong, as far as I'm concerned. But it's mostly about attitudes. And for me, it's mostly about attitudes and how you deal with other people. You know, people can believe what they want to believe. If I don't like or agree with their beliefs, then I won't associate with them. It's that simple. I think most people are like that. Or I would have thought most people were like that, but wow, okay. I mean, I would kind of hope most people would like that sort of thing. Because generally I'm of the opinion that you can educate people. It's good to educate people. And in terms of education, it's literally a case of this is what I believe and this is why I believe it. And since I generally believe in a strong round of individual rights and personal choice, things like that. I mean, as long as you're not hurt, as far as I'm concerned, as long as you're not hurting anyone, you're entitled to do pretty much what you want to do, really. That would, as far as I'm concerned. I mean, I think teamwork is generally a good thing. Oh, that was quite a bit of loot. How much of that I'll keep, I don't know. But yeah, teamwork is generally a good thing. I believe in democracy and I believe in socialism. Basically, I would be classed as far left. The only thing that I would disagree with that is the idea of militancy. I don't believe in. I'm not militant left. I don't believe there's going to be some sort of class war. As such, I believe there's going to be a change, but I don't believe it's going to be a war. I think you educate people into being able to understand why they should choose to be socialist, why they should believe in socialism, that sort of thing. Which is generally, if you're empathic and believe in helping people, then you should be a socialist. There you go. I mean, it's a fairly simple argument, really. I think it needs to be much more than that. It has to be a choice. A lot of people do stuff out of fear. I can totally understand why. It can be upsetting that they feel that they have to do it out of fear, because and it's basically because, and here's the idea. There's a lot of best way to, I'm British, so basically you've got Labour and you've got the Tories, and you've got your left and your right. Even though Labour isn't particularly left these days, it is still to the left, and you've got the right of the Tories. And generally, being a Tory, I would classify being a Tory as wrong, with the caveat that that's if you choose to be a Tory. I mean, voting Tory isn't enough to be a Tory. That might sound stupid, but it's not. Voters are voters. They can do all sorts of things. But Tories in particular tend to be about privatisation and oh, that's going to be annoying. Okay. Tend to be about privatisation for profit. in a very... So, whereas I'm like I believe in there's certain public services that should be delivered. Because they're more fundamental for people, and everyone has a right to them, in my opinion. I mean, I'll let you kill me. Yeah. So that goes into there, but I can't seem to get in there at this point. And I think that's going to change. I'll give it another go. But if not, then I'm leaving. It's that simple. No. Okay. But yeah, generally, I will kind of... It's about education more than anything. Because people have to have a choice. Without choice... I mean, choice is democracy. And socialism... And there's lots of people arguing, but socialism has to be a choice. People have to choose it. They have to understand... and be willing, because otherwise there's no point. There's just resentment. I think, but the Tories don't believe that. Believe they tend to believe in individual profit, not just, oh well, why can't a person get the benefit of their work, sort of thing. It's because that's not the argument. The argument is whether any of that work, any of that benefit should go to help others. And generally, there are some Tories where it's like, okay, we do that work, we get all the wealth, and then we can choose with the wealth who we help. Which is fair enough. It's fairly commendable. But you don't tend to see that. What tends to happen with the people who choose Tory is that they will mass their wealth, because their wealth goes to their families. It goes to them. They kind of store it up for their own security in case they might need it later. Looking at ways to make more money, often at the expense of other people. And it's the people that kind of choose that I would class as Tories. That I wouldn't go out and say, well, I wouldn't say they were evil, but I wouldn't say they were good either. My definition of right or wrong, I mean, that's something to be challenged in society, is the best way to put it. So, just seen the time. Okay. Wow, this dungeon's quite extensive. Okay, so I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna rest. Let me get away with that. Okay. And I'm going to leave it here. So this has been Vane doing Let's Play the Elder Scrolls Arena. If you like what you're seeing here, be sure to like, subscribe, share and comment. Please consider sponsoring me on Patreon, and until next time, goodbye.